Okay, guys, to start off math today, I'm going to go over some of the questions on simple solutions that might give you some difficulty. Now, number 3, you're going to skip. So number 3 on lesson 59, I should say, you're going to skip it. All right. And let's look at some of the ones that I think might give you some difficulty. I'm going to give you some work through some of the problems, and then on some of them, I'm going to just give you hints. So on number 2, it asks you, what is the measure of G if angle TXV, is a straight angle? Keep in mind, remember, a straight angle is 180 degrees. So use that to help you solve for this question. So you're going to do 180 minus 103 and find the answer. Okay? I'm just going to share what will help you on that. Number 4, you're adding. Number 5, factor pairs. So what are all the ways that we can make 24? I want you to think. What are all the ways you can make 24? Well, one pair is 1 times 24. That's one of your pairs. 1 times 24 and 24 times 1. I can also do 2 times 12. I can also do 3 times 8. I can also do 4 times 6. Those are all of my factor pairs for 24. Now, I know it doesn't ask for it, but because of it having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 factors, I can say that 24 is composite. I know it doesn't ask you for that, but I'd like to point that out. You're comparing numbers in number 6. You're subtracting numbers in 7. Ooh, we have a question about liters. Let's go ahead and cover this question. The boys were filling a pool for the puppy to play in. Sam poured 2.5 liters of water in the pool. Jeff added 3 liters, and Will poured in 850 milliliters. Altogether, how many milliliters of water were put in the pool? So I do want to keep in mind that 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. Knowing that, I also have half a liter. Well, half a liter is 500 milliliters. Knowing all of that information, I can find some information out. So Sam's 2.5 liters equals 2,500 milliliters. Jeff has 3 liters, which equals 3,000 milliliters. And Will puts in, we don't have anything for liters, his number is actually in milliliters already. Milliliters. And so it says how many milliliters of water in total was put in the pool. So I'm going to add. Milliliters is my unit. And then I go ahead and add 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 8, 13. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 more is, not 3. Where is my head? 6. So your answer is 6,350 milliliters. Let's take a look at what it says. At first, Mrs. Pierce is looking at that like, ooh, we're not there yet. But they give us an equivalent fraction that will help us figure out how to solve. It says, choose the sign that makes this sentence true. Think about 60 hundredths is equal to 6 tenths, which is equal to 3/5. Which one has more fifths, 3/5 or 4/5? So instead of having 60/100, I can write what it's actually equal to is 3/5. Now this is a little bit easier to deal with. Which one has 3 more fifths, 3/5 or 4/5? If you answered 4/5, you are correct. So I would put a less than symbol. One of the ones I definitely want to go over is 61 times 34 using our matrix model. 61 times 34. I start off with 30 times 60. Did you say 1,800? 30 times 1. You should have 30. 60 times 4. Well, I know 6 times 4 is 24. So 60 times 4 must be 240. And then last but not least, 4 times 1, 4. I add across 1,800 plus 30 is 1,830. 240 plus 4, 244. 0 plus 4 is 4. 8 plus, I'm not 8, I'm sorry. 3 plus 4 is 7. 8 plus 2 is 10. 1 plus 1 is 2. I have 2,074 is my answer. Let's take a look. Rounding 5,062 to the nearest 100. That's this place value. There were 6 times as many catfish in the lake as trout. There were 5 trout in the lake. How many catfish were in the lake? Write a number sentence and solve. Bobby drank 1 liter of iced tea. How many liters did Bobby drink? So basically 1 liter equals how many milliliters? Write the answer on the line. Which one shows the correct way to solve the distributive property? And finally, an angle that turns 81-degree angles has a measure of 80 degrees. An angle then that turns 42 1-degree angles has a measure of, well, this is not something we've talked about a lot, but look at that. So my answer is going to be 42 degrees. Make sure you finish up the rest of Simple Solutions 59 before you turn it in. Remember, this is a recording, so you can always go back and replay any section of this that you need. I am going to go ahead and go into our lesson from our green book, and I'm going to run through it, and then I want you to follow along, pausing the video and adding your work to your page. So you're on lesson 19. We're going to do the application problem. That's on page 121. I would pause the video right here until you get to the page. Now that you're at the page, let's read what is being asked. 2 friends start a business writing and selling comic books. After 1 month, they have earned $38. Show how they can share their earnings fairly using $1, $5 bills, $10 bills, and $20 bills. So we have 2 friends. So we're going to be dividing by some different numbers. 2 friends dividing 38. 38 divided first by just each person's getting $1 bills. So we're dividing it by 2. Okay. 38 divided by 2 gives me 3 divided by 2. I can only do that once. 1 would be in each group. 2 times 1, 2. And I subtract, I get 1 remaining. 8 comes down. How many times can I divide 8 by 2? 18 divided by 2. I get 9, would be equally in each group. 2 times 9, 18. I subtract, I have 0. So going back to what is being originally asked, how can you make $19 fairly amongst our dollar bills, right? Each person needs to get $19. So what are some different ways you could use $1 bills, $5 bills, $10 bills, and $20 bills? Well, first of all, if each person's going to get $19, right? That's what we get if we divide 38 equally. Each person cannot get a $20 bill, right? Because that would be too much money for one person. So we cannot do $20 bills. We can, however, each person could get a $10 bill. Each person could get one $5 bill. And then I would have to do 4 $1 bills for each person. That is one way I could give the money out to people. I want you to think if you could come up with a different way. You do not need to write another way, an answer statement here at the bottom. The picture right here is enough, okay? I'm going to go on to our problem set. Okay, so we have some word problems today. It says, when you divide 94 by 3, there is a remainder of 1. Model this problem with place value discs. In the place value disc model, how did you show the remainder? So let's look at our place value disc model. So that is when we show tens and ones. And we're doing 94 divided by 3. Tens and ones. 94 divided into 3 equal groups. 1, 2, 3. So if we start dividing out 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. My ones. 1, 2, 3. So we had no remaining amount in our tens, but we do have a remainder in our ones. So our answer, each one has 31 in each group. Okay, so how did we show the remainder? We show the remainder with 1 disc left under the ones. So 94 divided by 3, 31, remainder 1. Number 2, Cayman says that 94 divided by 3 is 30 with a remainder of 4. He reasons this because 3 times 30 plus 4 equals 94. What mistake has Cayman made? Explain how he can correct his work. So that's the question we just solved up here, but Cayman's got the wrong answer. So maybe we could say his reasoning is correct. 3 times 30 is, if we split out the tens, we would have 3 for each of the tens. However, 4 is too much of a remainder. What mistake has Cayman made? Cayman has too many ones left over. How can he correct his work? He needs to divide 4 by 3 to show 31 remainder 1. Okay, something along those lines. And you can talk about what we did in that example. Page 3, this place value disk model is showing 72 divided by 3. Complete the model. Explain what happens to the 110 that is remaining in the tens column. So right now we've split out these 7 and 2. Well, they split out the tens. Remember, this is the tens and the ones, if you want to label that. They split out first those 6, and there's 2 in each group, but there's 1 remaining. So what we need to do to complete the model is move that 10 and unbundle it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we just need to count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I've used all of them. I don't have a remainder. So in each group, we have 2 tens, 4 ones. So 72 divided by 3 equals 24. What we did, explain what happens to the 110 that is remaining in the tens column. We took the 110 remaining and unbundled it to show 10 ones in the ones column. If I'm going fast of all, remember you can pause the video and copy down the answer. Let's end our problem set with just number 4. We're not going to do number 5. 2 friends evenly share $56. They have 5 $10 bills and 1 $6 bills. I mean, 6 $1 bills. That didn't make sense, Mrs. Pierce. Ugh. They have 5 $10 bills and 6 $1 bills. Draw a picture to show how the bills will be shared. Will they have to make change at any stage? So this is exactly like a tens and a ones chart, right? Tens, ones. We have 5 tens, 6 ones. And we're splitting it into 2 groups. 1, 2, 1, 2. We have a $10 bill left. This is at the stage they would have to make change. So before I count those out, I'm going to say they have to make change. That means exchange the 10 for 10 ones. They have to make change for one $10 bill. They exchange it for 10 $1 bills. Okay, so now I'm moving those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Explain how they share the money evenly. So each person will receive, let's see how much money they will receive. 1, 2 10s, 2 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. So each friend will receive $28, which is 2 $10 bills and 8 $1 bills. It is even because there is no left over money and they both get the same amount. Okay? You're going to skip 5, and I would like you to do numbers 1 and 2 on the exit ticket for page 127. Okay, guys, let me know if you have any questions.